Hey guys, it's Angie from TwinFinity. I know it has been a while. This is probably the longest we've ever gone without doing a video, and to be quite honest, I was not planning on doing a video today. As you can see from my eyes, I feel exhausted and I really just want to be having a nap, but Spirit kept nudging me and nudging me. So finally I'm like, okay, fine, here I am, gonna go do a video. So, this video is mainly about being in alignment, but there's a bit of a story and stories that go with it as usual, because I like to share from my own life, because that's the best way we teach is experience. So anyways, first of all, to explain where we've been for the last month, our last video that we did, I believe was December 31st, we did a question and answer video. And we haven't done anything since. I don't even think we've done a single post since. And the main reason is because we ended up getting our kitchen renovated, which is why I'm standing in our kitchen, so you can see the fruits of our labor, and you're gonna laugh when you understand the pun of that in a moment. So this started, well actually it officially started January 21st of this year, so which was neat. We had totally expected this would have been done in 2020, but the universe always has their magical little timing. It ended up starting on January 21st, which if you kind of followed that day, it was the 21st day of the 21st year of the 21st century. So who knew? The universe had a plan and we had no idea. But this actually all started long before that. We first found our tiles, which are now on our beautiful backsplash in our kitchen, way back in August 24th of 2020. Then we first saw our countertops. There's some stuff on them that I'm going to talk about in a minute. These are granite, which if you know anything about granite, we did not when we first started this whole thing. Granite is natural. It literally comes out of the earth. So we were very much guided, like we've been sharing in some of our other videos, we've been guided to upgrade the energy in our house for the last year, before COVID even officially was announced as COVID. Basically a year ago, January of last year of 2020 is when this all started, this whole upgrading our house. And this was pretty much the last that we're aware of anyway, of upgrades. And so anyway, we first saw our backsplash in August 24th of 2020. We first saw our granite, I think it was October 24th. And then the job was finally complete on January 24th. So how bizarre all these numbers. We couldn't have planned this if we tried. But anyway, this is all just sort of backstory that is just fun for numbers. But the reason for this video is to talk about alignment. Most of us get out of alignment or have been out of alignment for a long time. I have not recognized that I was even in alignment until I was out of alignment. I have noticed now that I've been out of alignment for quite some time. And my main reason for being out of alignment is pure exhaustion. As I've talked about in many of my videos, my poor droopy eyes. For almost a year now, I have not been sleeping well. Won't get into all the details, but just very simply, and hopefully it's not TMI for some guys out there watching, but perimenopause. I have been able to solve all of the other issues, but the sleep one, it's been brutal for almost a year now. Just starting to solve it, acupuncture, just another side story. If anybody's interested and needs a way to solve something that isn't going, try acupuncture. I've just discovered it. It's working miracles for my sleep. I had a whole week of sleep, and now last night I slept terrible. So I went back for another acupuncture session today. Anyways, that is my reason for being out of alignment. You might have your own reasons. It might be being around toxic people that's shifting your energy. It might be being in a job that is not in alignment with you. It could be your twin flame has said or done something to trigger you and knocked you off alignment. So let's talk first of all about some ways how to know if you're out of alignment versus in alignment. So if you're in alignment, things just flow for you. As you know, we've shared in lots of our videos, I'll think of something, I'll be looking for something, and just poof, it just shows up. When I'm out of alignment, not only does it not show up, I have to struggle and fight for it. And then when it does show up, it's not the right thing or it doesn't flow, which is one of the reasons I'm standing in our brand new kitchen, is to give you some story about this whole thing. If you know anything about renos, most people say, oh, renos, yeah, that nightmare. It's never going to go as you plan and it's always going to take twice as long as you think it is. Well, that wasn't the case for Rob and I. We've done quite a few renovations to our house, and this one was bigger than any of the other ones we had done, but I always just in meditation send my energy to the home, the area of the home that we're renovating, and everything just flows fine. Well, this did not flow fine at all, which is again part of why we haven't done a video in a while, because this has taken up all of our energy and just sucked the life out of us. So the job took longer than we were told it would. Then there was major issues. The people that installed the tiles did so after the counters were put on, which is not normally, they took off the tiles after the counters were put on. Normally you would take the old tiles off first, put the new counters on, and then put the new tiles on. That way you don't damage your new counters. So it wasn't done right to begin with, and then we ended up with damage on our counters. We ended up with damage on our walls. There was holes in our walls. So back there, I probably can't get my finger into the thing so well. Over there, we had to repaint walls. There was holes in walls. It's just been one challenge after another. And we've in total had 11 different people in our house for this job over almost a 2-week period. So that already I was out of alignment before this, obviously, because that's what created this. And then that even put me out of alignment more because I'm so sensitive to energy. Having 11 different people in my home with 11 different energies was a lot. I don't even have that many people in my house in a year, different people. And that's, of course, even without COVID restrictions. I am very protective of my energy, so I'm very selective who is in my home. So I'm not at all saying this to, come across as a victim, because that's part of being out of alignment. Is when we're out of alignment, we create, pardon the language, but we often create shit. We attract bad things to us, or negative things, or frustrating things, or things that aren't flowing. Just as another example, I have in the last 2 months had 2 car accidents. I've not had a car accident in I can't even tell you, many, many, many years. And then I end up with 2 in 2 months. That is being out of alignment. Luckily, in 3D, neither of the accidents were my fault. They were both very, very minor. No injuries, nothing like that. But the fact was, even though they weren't my fault in 3D, I created them, I attracted them, I drew them to me in 5D, but by being out of alignment. So this is why I wanted to do this video, and this is why I've been so strongly guided to do this video, is to point out what happens when you're out of alignment versus what happens when you're in alignment. As I was saying, when you're in alignment, things flow, things come to you, things are easy, things work out in divine, magical ways. When you're out of alignment, things don't flow. You have renos that don't go well, you have car accidents, you have fights with people, you have more triggers than normal. All sorts of things start going wrong. Maybe you have money issues, things aren't flowing financially, or issues with friends. So this is why I wanted to point this out, is you might be noticing, why is everything really crappy in my life? And that might very well be why, is that you're out of alignment. So let's talk about, why do we get out of alignment? What happens? As I mentioned before, for me, it's been sleep. It's lack of sleep. Almost a year of lack of sleep has really caused me, of course, when you're so tired, you're not thinking as promptly and as positively as you should. I've started noticing a lot of negative self-talk that I've had to catch myself on. Usually I'm very positive, I'm very affirming, the universe has my back, I'm always supported, the universe is always guiding me. Well, guess what? When you're tired, you forget to say those things, you forget to affirm those things, and then one bad thing goes wrong and you're like, oh, see, the universe is against me, and you get just negative and down and discouraged, and that just creates in a whole more wave of more of that, which then falls you out of alignment. So it might be for you something totally different that's shifted you and caused you to be out of alignment. But when you start to notice all of these things not flowing well for you, that's when you can start going, wait a second, I'm out of alignment. So how do I get myself back into alignment? And this is where some of this stuff comes in back here. One of the biggest things I know of to get back in alignment is saging. I sage myself when I come home from work every day. Though, because I've been tired, I have been lazier than normal. I have been dropping off on my normal practices, haven't been eating right, haven't been practicing my self-care as well. So that has, of course, not helped. So saging, very, very important. You might use other things than sage, but cleansing your energy, cleansing your environment. I not only sage myself once a day normally, but I also sage the house once a week. And I haven't even been doing that because, of course, now with COVID, everybody's schedule is different. Rob hates the smell of the stuff. So I normally do it on a Saturday when he's not home, but now he's home on Saturdays. So I haven't been saging as much. So, of course, that's put us all out of flow and alignment as well. Another way to get into alignment is gratitude. I normally write in a gratitude journal every single night, but you can even see in here, there was January 19th, January 22nd, January 30th, February 2nd. So it's been sporadic. It's been very sporadic. And even before that, it was worse. But gratitude is very important because it shifts our focus. It shifts our mental focus of what we're thinking of, what we're looking at, what we're giving our energy to. So of course, when I'm in a negative focus and all I'm thinking of is what's not going right, guess what I'm attracting? More things not going right. When I'm in a positive focus and when I'm putting my energy towards gratitude and looking at the things that are going right or the things that I'm grateful for, it totally changes your alignment, it changes your energy, it changes what you then attract to you. What you focus on, you get more of, right? Where energy goes, attention, or where energy flows, attention goes. So when you're thinking things aren't working, you're going to attract more things that aren't working. So gratitude is a huge practice. Nature, of course, another big thing, because nature is such a high vibration. So getting out in nature can help put you back in alignment. That's another thing that I haven't been doing. Of course, feeling so exhausted, I haven't been going for as many walks as I normally do. Rob and I haven't even been going to the mountains as much as we normally do. Again, because of COVID, yes, and because of exhaustion. So those are just a couple things. There's lots of different things that can put you in alignment. Food is another big one. Watching what you eat, eating high vibration foods, foods that put your body in alignment, drinking lots of water. Not only drinking water, but I don't know how well you can see that little heart behind me there, that pink heart up there. When I drink my water, I infuse it with love and gratitude and all those kinds of things. Again, when I'm extra tired, totally don't even think about that because my brain is just not functioning. So that puts me out of alignment. So all sorts of things. So again, this is just as a reminder to you to catch yourself if you're noticing that you're not flowing well. And I'm just giving you personal examples. I'm just being very honest with you to say, hey, I've been out of alignment and I get it if you're not there. But you can shift back into it. My life is starting to flow better now that I got no more people coming into my house. Now that my kitchen renovation is all done and it looks spectacular, we are actually very happy with it now that all the stuff is fixed and we're completed. So I just wanted to do this video as a reminder that just because you're stuck at the moment, or you might be out of alignment and out of flow, it doesn't mean it has to stay that way. You can shift it. And it doesn't have to take big steps. It can be just simple little steps, one at a time. Maybe one day it's starting a gratitude journal. Maybe then a week later you add going out in nature more often. Maybe then you add increasing your vibration in your foods, eating better foods, eating higher nutrition foods. Maybe then it's about increasing your amount of water that you drink and infusing your water with things that you want and things that you need in your life. So just because you're out of sync, out of alignment, it doesn't mean it has to stay that way, and it doesn't mean it's hard to shift back into alignment. The hardest thing, quite honestly, is catching yourself and going, wait a second, I'm out of alignment. For me, it was the second car accident within less than 2 months. I'm like, okay, clearly there is something going wrong. And then we ended up with a kitchen renovation, and I still wasn't able to shift my energy enough. So now that our kitchen's just been done, this is only 2 days totally done with no people coming back to do repairs. Now I'm finally starting to feel myself come back into balance again. Just as an aside, yoga is another thing. Moving your body, because you're shifting your energy, right? Anything that's going to shift your energy. It doesn't have to be yoga. Anything, whether it's exercise, just going for a walk, moving your body, will release some of that out of alignment energy per se, and help you bring in some new energy. Deep breathing, meditation, all of those kinds of things. So I hope that's helpful for you. Just for fun, I wanted to leave you with an explanation of my little pun from the very beginning. Part of the reason we decided to do this kitchen reno is because this is what used to be on our counters. They were fruit. So I was talking about in the beginning, the fruits of our labors are now done. I actually kept, there's 4 different fruits, and I kept one of each of them. And I'm going to make a little plaque just to give our old kitchen a little recognition and just honor it for its existence. But we're loving the difference in our new kitchen. Our old kitchen had peach colored countertops, and I can't say I like them at all. But we figured since we can't travel because of COVID, we can't go anywhere, we can't spend our money even on going out to meals or anything, we might as well upgrade our kitchen and enjoy the high energy in here instead. So here we are. So on that note, Rob and I will be back with some more videos hopefully soon. I'm just trying to get my energy back up to snuff, getting some more sleep, and then I can focus on your questions and answering them in an appropriate way and not in a half-assed, half-asleep kind of way. So we love you guys so much. We have missed you, and we will, as I say, connect again soon. Talk to you later. Bye.